Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Operation Smooth podcast. I am back with another Premier League soccer watch along. In this matchup, it's going to be the team that is sitting top of the table in the Barclays Premier League, Arsenal, and they are going to have a very tough matchup against the team that is sitting in fifth place right now in the standings, and that is Chelsea, a very good young squad who, even though they're not ready for uh, the big time as far as winning the Premier League title this year. In this
matchup,
they are a
it's good.
team that's got a future, a very bright future ahead of them, with a bunch of really good young stars and really good talent. I am live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook Live, and I am also live on TikTok. I have a hard time getting on the TikTok deal, but nevertheless, I am live. So thank you to everybody that's watching. Thank you to everybody that's been watching me over the course of this 2025-2026 Barclays Premier League season. We will get to kick off in just a little bit. However, before we get to kickoff, let's go through the Barclays Premier League standings real quick, and let me show you the importance of this matchup to both teams. Hold on just one second. All right, here we go. Let's take a quick look at the Premier League table right now. Arsenal, they will be playing today their 29th match. As of now, they've got a 2-point lead over Manchester City. Manchester City defeated Leeds United yesterday in a very controversial match where it looked like towards the end of the game there was a handball against Manchester City that was not called, and what many believe should have been a penalty in favor of Leeds United. So, with that being said, Manchester City hang on. They beat Leeds United 1-0, keeping the pressure on Arsenal. And so Manchester City only 2 points behind Arsenal. They do have that big matchup April the 18th at the Etihad Stadium, home of Manchester City. So Manchester City obviously trying to keep the pressure on Arsenal. Arsenal feeling the pressure from Manchester City. Arsenal earlier this season, they were about 7 to 8 points ahead of Man City. But as you can see, the gap has been closed to 2 points. If Chelsea, who sit in fifth, are able to win today, the pressure on Arsenal will be pretty much nuclear, so to speak, as we head into the last 10 games of the season. A victory by Chelsea also would catapult Chelsea ahead of Liverpool on goal difference. Chelsea would move up to fifth place and would still definitely be in contention for a Champions League spot. The Champions League is the top four teams that in the Premier League. Aston Villa, as you can see in fourth place, they had an embarrassing 2-0 loss to the team that sits at the bottom of the table, Wolves. So props to Wolves for that victory, only their second win of the season. They are at 13 points. They're still going to get relegated. There's no way that they're going to catch West Ham United. Burnley, on the other hand, sitting in 19th. They lost 4-3. I believe they lost to Brentford yesterday. So a tough loss. They were down 3-0. They did come back to tie the game, but Brentford ended up winning that game 4-3 at the end. And as you can see at the bottom of the table there, you have Nottingham Forest and Tottenham Hotspur. They are trying to hold off West Ham United. Leeds United, they're sitting in 15th. Even though they lost to Manchester City, I don't see Leeds United getting relegated. I think Leeds United will hold Tottenham, Nottingham, and West Ham United off. So that last spot, that last relegation spot, it's really going to come down to Tottenham Hotspur, Nottingham Forest, and West Ham United. And it's very interesting because Nuno Espirito Santo, who is the current manager of West Ham United, he managed Tottenham Hotspur a few years ago. And just last season, he was the manager of Nottingham Forest and led them to a fourth place finish. And Nottingham Forest had a heck of a squad last season. But, excuse me, they finished sixth. I apologize. But for whatever reason, things just didn't work out. The owner really emasculated him towards the end of last season, and you just basically saw the writing on the wall, and Nuno Espirito Santo was let go by Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest having a miserable season with their third manager so far this season. They started off with Ange Postecoglou and then with Sam Deitch, and then they fired both of them. And I can't remember who the manager is now, but it's just not looking good for Nottingham Forest. But let's go back to the top of the table. With a win against Chelsea today, Arsenal would move 5 points clear of Manchester City, even though Manchester City have a game in hand. How about Manchester United? Manchester United under Michael Carrick have been looking strong. They were sitting around 12th or 13th in the table under Ruben Amorim, but since Michael Carrick took over in January as the manager of Manchester United, look at Manchester United moving up in the rankings. They're not going to win the Premier League, and they've already played both games against Arsenal. Arsenal beat them 1-0 in the first matchup, and Manchester United defeated Arsenal 3-2 in a very exciting matchup that I broadcast about a month ago. With that being said, props to Manchester United for turning their season around. Aston Villa dropping to fourth after that loss to Wolves. Aston Villa they've had a great season. They were on a 12-game winning streak in all competitions, but their lead is slipping. They're slipping right now. Honestly, they don't have the depth to really contend with Manchester City or Arsenal. How about Liverpool? Liverpool had a very, very tough October and November time frame. With that being said, they had a very impressive 5-2 victory yesterday. So props to Liverpool. They're not going to repeat as champions, but they are back on track. And the way Aston Villa is regressing, looks like Liverpool might be able to leapfrog Aston Villa and maybe finish in fourth place, or maybe even third place by the end of the season. So props to Arne Slot and the rest of the Liverpool team for bouncing back. Now let's take a look at the possible starting lineups this morning for Arsenal. They are going to go into their customary, really a 4-3-3, but they kind of make it like a hybrid 4-2-3-1 formation. At goalkeeper, obviously David Raya, an outstanding goalkeeper. The back four for Arsenal, as good as it gets. At left back, Piero Hincapié. The two center backs, Gabriel and William Saliba. At right back, you've got Jurriën Timber. The two holding midfielders, you've got Zubimendi on the right side, and Arsenal's superstar midfielder, Declan Rice, one of the best central midfielders in the world, and that is absolutely indisputable right now. The three-man wing formation is going to be Trossard on the left side. Eberechi Eze, what a match he had last week against Tottenham. Absolute dominance. They absolutely smacked Tottenham around 4-1 last week. If you were watching on my Operation Smooth podcast, Eze was the man of the match. At the right winger spot, the captain, Bukayo Saka, the superstar winger, he did have an injury last week, but looks like he has completely recovered. And then the lone striker, Victor Gyökeres, again, just like Eberechi Eze, has struggled so far in his first season at Arsenal, but he is picking up the pace. He had 2 goals against Tottenham last week, including an absolute rocket of a finish at the start of the second half to make it 2-1 Arsenal. And then from there, Arsenal basically hammered Tottenham Hotspur. For the visiting Chelsea squad, you've got Roberto Sanchez as the goalkeeper. You've got Joriel Hato, a really good, exciting young player who Chelsea signed from Ajax in the Netherlands. He'll be at left back. He can also play center back as well. The two center backs are going to be Trevor Chabala and Sarr. And then the captain, Reece James, just like Declan Rice, one of the best central midfielders in the world. But Reece James can play a variety of positions. He can play both fullback slots. He can play the midfielder slots as well. And he can also play center back. So Reece James right now having a great year, really kicking it into high gear, hitting the prime of his career. The two central midfielders, Andre Santos, the young Brazilian, number 17, Moises Caicedo, the superstar midfielder for Chelsea. And then the The three-man midfield, you've got Pedro Neto on the left side. I believe it's his birthday today. You've got Enzo Fernandez, a tremendous midfielder for Argentina, a member of the 2022 Argentinian World Cup winning squad. Unusually, you've got Cole Palmer on the right-hand side. Usually, Cole Palmer tends to play in the middle, but he will play as the right winger this morning. And then the lone striker, Joao Pedro, who's on a very good goal scoring streak for Chelsea. So this matchup is about to start in another 4 to 5 minutes. So I'm just going to keep the starting lineups here until the opening kickoff. Uh, hey, anybody want to join the chat? Again, I'm on Facebook Live, I'm on TikTok, and I am also on YouTube on my YouTube channel, Operation Smooth Podcast. And so this is going to be match day 29 for Arsenal. This will be match day 28 for Chelsea. Again, before we get started, let's take one last look at the standings just to show you the importance of today's game. Arsenal leading the Premier League with 61 points. Manchester City follows with 59. Manchester United, again, they won't win the league. It's too little too late, but got to give them props for the way they have ascended the standings with 51 points. Aston Villa right now, they're reeling. Again, they had a devastating loss this past Friday to Wolves, 2-0. And so Aston Villa, who could have been a sleeper to possibly win the Premier League, it's not going to happen for them. They're just trying to hold on for a top four finish and see if they can get into the Champions League next season. Liverpool, after a horrendous October, November timeframe, they're kicking it back into high gear. They've got 48 points. Chelsea, with a win against Arsenal today, they would leapfrog Liverpool and they would go into fifth place. Then you've got Brentford, Everton, Fulham, and Bournemouth. They are rounding out the top half of the table. The bottom half of the table, you've got Brighton, Sunderland, Newcastle United, a disappointing season for them. There was more expected from them. Then you've got Crystal Palace, who lost to Manchester United earlier today. Leeds United. Then you've got Tottenham Hotspur, Nottingham Forest, and then the three teams that, if the league were to end right now, would get relegated to the Championship. West Ham United, Burnley, and Wolves. Wolves and Burnley, like I said earlier, they're pretty much going to get relegated. So West Ham United are trying to leapfrog Nottingham Forest and Tottenham, and they are trying all they can, to stay in the Barclays Premier League. So that's a look at the standings. Again, one last look at the starting lineups. And we will get kickoff underway here in about a minute or two here on the Operation Smooth Podcast. Again, if anybody's in the chat, whether it be on a... I just found out that Fulham beat Tottenham Hotspur. So Igor Tudor is going to go 0-2 as manager of Tottenham Hotspur. He replaced Thomas Frank. Tottenham they got smacked up by their rivals Arsenal last week, and now they've lost to Fulham. So again, a brutal season, an absolutely brutal season for Tottenham Hotspur. All right, we are about to get things going here between Arsenal and Chelsea. The warm-ups are all done. We are live from the Emirates Stadium in London, England, home of Arsenal. Shout out to my boy Phil, diehard Arsenal fan. There's a handshake between Mikel Arteta, the manager of Arsenal, and Liam Ruiseñol, who is the manager of Chelsea. And kickoff is about to get underway. Declan Rice will be kicking off for Arsenal. And we are underway from Emirates Stadium in London, England. Raya with the kick. Header won by Enzo Fernandez, but it heads out to William Saliba. Sends it back to David Raya. Another long kick. Chelsea win that header right to Zubamendi. Bukayo Saka. Andre Santos wins that duel. A long kick. Header won by Saliba. João Pedro tries a pass to Pedro Neto. That goes out of bounds. Looks like Cole Palmer is starting off on the left as opposed to on the right, like I had stated earlier. So what we're looking at is Cole Palmer starting off on the left wing and Pedro Neto starting off on the right wing. They will probably switch off as the match wears on. Hincapié pressured by Pedro Neto to Trossard, that's out of bounds. Throw in for Chelsea. Throw in by Reece James. Chelsea wearing the all blue. They are attacking from left to right on the screen. Arsenal with the home red top with the white shorts. They are attacking from right to left in this first half. Andre Santos dropping back in between the center backs. Back to Sanchez. Back to Santos, who's pressured by Gyökeres. Chalobah. That goes out to Pedro Neto, who is met by Gabriel. Good defensive work by Gabriel. To Piero Hincapié, and now to Declan Rice. Saliba. Julian Timber. Zubamendi. Declan Rice. Gabriel. Back to David Raya. 2.5 minutes into this matchup. Julian Timber to Trossard. Trossard cutting into the middle of the pitch. That's deflected, but Trossard recovers. Bukayo Saka met by Joel Hato. Back to Saliba. Declan Rice back to Saliba. Hincapié. Eberiche Eze, number 10. Superb performance last week against Tottenham with 2 goals. He really silenced a lot of his critics with that matchup last week. Hincapié. Back to Declan Rice. Gabriel. William Saliba. Back to Gabriel. To Declan Rice. Declan Rice playing as a defensive midfielder, dropping back deep in support of the center backs. Tries a long pass to Gyökeres, but it goes to Roberto Sanchez for Chelsea. Now Sarr. Back to Roberto Sanchez. Gyökeres with the pressure. Long kick to João Pedro. Met by Gabriel, and now Arsenal regain possession. Now it's William Saliba. Trossard. Hincapié. Declan Rice. William Saliba. Saliba and Gabriel have switched on the pitch. Now it's Saliba working as the left center back. Back to Trossard. Saliba. Saliba tries the long pass, but it's met by Trevor Chalobah. To Reece James. Back to Sarr, number 19. Back to Roberto Sanchez. Gyökeres with the pressure. But good clearance by Sanchez because there was 3 Arsenal players there. That was about to be 1-0 Arsenal. Now Chalobah. Reece James. Moises Caicedo. Back to Sarr. Cole Palmer. Now Cole Palmer playing in the middle. Sar. Roberto Sanchez. That was almost fatal mistake there by Roberto Sanchez. Now Enzo Fernandez, he's playing as the left winger. Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer near the center circle. Met by Eze. Back to Caicedo. Caicedo dropping deep to support the two center backs. Long pass to Pedro. Now Reece James. Now Pedro Neto cuts inside. Cole Palmer. Left-footed shot. Well wide. Not even close. But that's the first shot of the game. And that will be a goal kick for Arsenal. Now Arsenal regroup. David Raya to Gabriel. Gabriel long pass to Victor Gyökeres. Met by Chalaba. That's going to be a very physical battle throughout this matchup. Piero Hincapié deflected, but it's to Gyökeres. Eze, Zubimendi, Julian Timber, Bukayo Saka on the right wing, met by Hato. To Zubimendi with the left-footed shot, way too high, and that will be a goal kick for Chelsea. But that was Arsenal's best opportunity so far. Bukayo Saka was triple team, gets the pass off to Zubimendi, but the left-footed shot is well over the bar, just like Cole Palmer shot earlier. Now, Sar, Hato, heavy pressure by Arsenal. Julian Timber with the steal. Trossard, who's cutting inside on the right side. Trossard, shot, blocked. Now, Joao Pedro. Pedro Neto, but that's intercepted by Piero Hincapié. Fantastic defensive work. Gabriel. Declan Rice. Back to Gabriel. Trossard. Tackled by Moises Cancelo. Good tackle. Reece James cutting inside. Now, Joao Pedro. Pedro Neto. Back to Chalaba. Chalaba to Caicedo. Chalaba. Pedro Neto on the right wing. At the bottom of the screen. Sar. Sanchez. Eze almost got that. Caicedo. Stolen by Bukayo Saka. But off the deflection, Chelsea regained possession. Now Enzo Fernandez regrouping for Chelsea. Andre Santos. Chalaba. Back to Andre Santos. Santos and Caicedo are basically interchanging in between the center backs to provide some more defensive support and some more passing options for Roberto Sanchez. Good pass by Sanchez all the way out to Enzo Fernandez, but met by Timber. But Hato steals it now. Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer in the penalty box. Cole Palmer. 3 Arsenal players around him. Back to Hato. Enzo Fernandez fouled by Bukayo Saka. And that'll be a free kick. Just to the left of the penalty box. No question about that foul by Bukayo Saka. Not a malicious foul by any means. More of a professional foul. Again, Chelsea in blue attacking from right to left. Arsenal in the red attacking from right to left. Chelsea, I'm sorry, attacking from left to right. Free kick is going to be taken by Pedro Neto. into the penalty box, deflects off of Eze, and Sar tries a left-footed shot, completely whiffs it. It goes out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. Looks like Sar was offside anyway, so that shot might not have counted. I guess we see why he's a center back as opposed to a striker. Wasn't even close. Now Arsenal in possession. Saliba. Long pass. Gyökeres just missed it. So that'll be a goal kick to Chelsea. Gyökeres looked offside anyway. But that will be a goal kick for Chelsea. Roberto Sanchez. The long pass down the left wing to Cole Palmer. To Hato. Hato sends it back to Enzo Fernandez. Back to Sar. Arsenal with the heavy press. Enzo Fernandez met by Zubamendi. He's double teamed. And that's a foul by Zubamendi on Enzo Fernandez. Actually, they're calling a foul on Julian Timber. A foul by Timber on Joao Pedro. Sanchez for Chelsea. Pressure by Gyökeres. Bukayo Saka gets that deflection, but it goes right to Roberto Sanchez. Arsenal's pressure having an effect on Chelsea right now. Good pass by Cole Palmer, but Saliba's there. Eze is able to hold up 4 Chelsea players. Back to Saliba. To Julian Timber. Timber. Saliba. Declan Rice. Zubamendi. To Gabriel. Declan Rice. Gabriel. Gyökeres. Oh, he tried to slick pass to Trossard, but wasn't meant to be. Now Chelsea in possession. Cole Palmer near the center circle. To Caicedo. To Santos. Cole Palmer. Good job by Zubamendi. Good steal. Now the long pass, but Eze. Oh, what were you doing, Eze? Losing possession. Now Cole Palmer with Zubamendi on him. Cole Palmer on the left wing on the top of the screen. To Enzo. To Cole Palmer. They're playing on 1-2. That goes all the way back to Sar. Sar. Enzo Fernandez. Hato tried to cut inside, but he was met by Timber. Now Caicedo. Now Chelsea. To Neto. Now to Caicedo. Chabala. Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea. Looking for an opening. To Neto. Reece James. Reece James. Beautiful cross. But too strong. That's out, and that will be a goal kick for Arsenal. A good cross, but just a little too much power on it. Raya. Heavy pressure by Chelsea. To Julian Timber. To Trossard. Met by Reece James. Back to David Raya. Trossard. All the way into Arsenal's penalty area. Timber. Saliba. Good work by Gyökeres. Eze tried a goal from halfway up the pitch, but Roberto Sanchez was there. He tried to catch him there. but not quite, not quite. That would have been spectacular though. Now Chelsea regrouping. Roberto Sanchez, Enzo to Trevor Chabala. Arsenal applying heavy pressure. Sanchez tries to pass it to João Pedro. That's a foul by Arsenal near the center circle. Eze tried the goal from the middle of the pitch, but that was going to be wide anyway. So actually, that should have been a corner for Arsenal, since Sanchez did touch it. Eberezer Eze this season killing Tottenham. 5 goals by Eze in both matchups. Now Joao Pedro blanketed by Gabriel. Throw in for Chelsea. 16 minutes into this matchup, no score between Arsenal and Chelsea, and no real shot on goal up to this point. Chabala. Reece James in the middle of the park in support of the midfield. Pedro Neto. Chabala. Caicedo. Enzo. Back to Sanchez. Sanchez getting very sloppy. Stolen by Declan Rice. Bukayo Saka. Cutting inside. Gyökeres. Tried to one pass a little too many there. That'll be a goal kick for Chelsea. But again, Chelsea's goalkeeper, Roberto Sanchez, he's kind of a sloppy first half. But Chelsea avoid disaster. Caicedo, Joel Hato, Chabala, to Reece James. James. Cole Palmer. Wow, look at the space that Palmer has. He can shoot, but he won't. To Pedro Neto on the right wing on the bottom of your screen. The cross. No one there for Chelsea. And that'll be a goal kick for Arsenal. Or is that going to be a corner? Okay, looks like it went off an Arsenal player, so it will be a corner kick for Chelsea. And that'll be the first corner of this matchup. And Reece James will take the corner from the top of your screen on the right side. Penalty kick taken. It hits the side of the netting. And it looks like it's going to be a goal kick for Arsenal. Okay, Piero Hincapié almost touches it, but he doesn't. Now, Arsenal on the attack. Eze to Saka on the right wing. Cuts inside. Good job by Hato, but there's Jurriën Timber. Back to Saka. Saka again met by Joel Hato. Good work by Hato, but that pass, errant pass, Hincapié is there to Trossard, Gabriel, Zubamendi, Trossard. Trossard playing as a left winger, but he's cutting more into the middle of the pitch. Saliba to Gabriel. Back to Saliba. Jurriën Timber. Gyökeres dropping deep. Saka, good pass to Jurriën Timber. A chance for Arsenal. The cross. Blocked by Enzo Fernandez. And that'll be a corner to Arsenal. Enzo Fernandez still down. That ball hit him right in the ribs. Great pass by Saka. Anticipating the run by Jurian Timber. And that ball catches Enzo Fernandez right smack in the ribcage. And he's still down. Okay, he gets up. And that'll be a corner for Arsenal. Arsenal's going to take that on the top left-hand corner of your screen. Arsenal very dangerous from set pieces throughout the season. 14 goals from corners this season by Arsenal. A little shoving between Caicedo and Hincapié in the penalty box. Bukayo Saka will take the corner, excuse me. Gabriel. 1-0 Arsenal! William Saliba with the goal off the corner kick. And the Gunners take a 1-0 lead. And if this lead stands, Arsenal will maintain a 5-point gap ahead of Manchester City. The home crowd at the Emirates absolutely loving it. And that's going to be Arsenal's 15th goal from a corner kick so far this season. Let's take a look at how that marinated. Saka with the left foot. Gabriel, it was like a far corner. So Gabriel heads it to Saliba, and Saliba heads it off of Sarr. So basically it hits Sarr in the back. No, it actually hits Sarr on his left arm, and off that deflection, it goes in the back of the net. So it might be an own goal, but Arsenal don't care. They're up 1-0. They're going to give that goal to William Saliba. That's his first goal in the Premier League since December of 2024. Now, Declan Rice. Caicedo. Sarr, pressured by Eze. Back to Roberto Sanchez. As we are midway through the first half, Arsenal just scored. They got a 1-0 lead. Good defending by Gabriel to Trossard. Trossard. Back to Gabriel. Gabriel to Victor Gyökeres. Hincapié to Declan Rice. Arsenal with momentum. That's off of Sarr, who kicks it out of bounds, and that'll be the second corner kick for Arsenal. And that corner kick is going to be taken on the left side, on the bottom of your screen. This time it's going to be Declan Rice taking that corner. And the Arsenal faithful feeling themselves right now, as they should. Let's see what happens with this corner. Declan Rice. Corner. Cleared by Chelsea. Now Eze near the center circle. David Raya meets him there. Raya. Long pass. All the way out to Gabriel. To Saka. Jurian Timber. Back to Gabriel. Gabriel all the way out on the right touchline. Back to Timber. To Saliba. To Eze. Now looks like Gabriel is headed back to his regular position. Just wanted to give Chelsea a little bit of a different look. Hincapié. Cutting inside. Taking Gabriel's spot. To Eze. Eze, that's a kind of a wild pass. To Roberto Sanchez. Now Chelsea regroup. Andre Santos. He's had a quiet game so far. Chabla. Back to Sanchez. Pressured by Gyökeres. Sanchez continues to play with fire. That's headed back to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, not to Reece James. Lots of space on the right side. Now Pedro Neto. Met by Hincapié. Neto cutting inside. Now Caicedo. Back to Neto. Neto met by Trossard now. Neto wants to cross it, but Trossard with the heavy pressure. Caicedo met by Gyökeres. Chabala. Caicedo. Back to Chabala. Uh-oh. Chelsea almost lose possession. Cole Palmer battling Declan Rice. Then holding off Declan Rice. Cole Palmer. To Hato. To Enzo Fernandez. But he's met by Jurian Timber. Back to Andre Santos. Joel Hato. Enzo Fernandez. Arsenal's defense holds off, and that's a foul by Moises Caicedo on Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres, another one who had a great match last time out against Tottenham Hotspur. There's a look at Liam Ruissegnon, who took over in January for Enzo Maresca as manager of Chelsea. Has done very well for Chelsea thus far this season, as Chelsea now sit in fifth. Again, like I said at the start of the podcast, Chelsea, a very good young squad who's probably a year or two away from really, really being a legitimate title contender. But they've got a solid foundation. And that includes Cole Palmer, Reece James, Pedro Neto. Good young squad. Back to the action. Bukayo Saka. What a pass to Jurian Timber. Timber. Oh, Eze, but that's all good play by Caicedo. Eze was about to shoot that. Now that goes all the way to Pedro Neto, but that pass is a bit too far. That'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. Throw-in. Declan Rice. Hincapié. To Trossard. Piero Hincapié now cutting inside. Hincapié. Oh, Gyökeres just missed the pass. Reece James wins the header. Saliba. Saliba taken down by Cole Palmer. That's a foul. Palmer not happy about that call. Free kick for Arsenal at the center circle. Jurian Timber. Saka. Saka against Joel Hato. Joel Hato has done a good job so far. Saka cutting inside. Hato slips. Declan Rice. Shot. Awful shot. But Arsenal looking very confident right now as they have a 1-0 lead. Nearly 30 minutes into the first half. They've been the better team so far, and especially since they scored the opener. Saliba. Jurian Timber. Back to Saliba. Gabriel. Saliba and Gabriel playing 1-2. No pressure by Chelsea. Gyökeres. Oh, Declan Rice slipped. That could have been a chance. Reece James. Caicedo. Joel Hato. Triple team. Enzo Fernandez loses possession. Jurian Timber. Just above the center circle. Now to Bukayo Saka. Now he's met by Sarr. Sarr cutting inside, as he always does. Eze, that pass is blocked by Caicedo, but some Arsenal players there, but it's a foul by Arsenal. Looks like a foul by Bukayo Saka. That'll be a free kick for Chelsea. Caicedo to Andre Santos. Back to Caicedo. Chabala. Reece James. Andre Santos. That's off of Pedro Neto. That's a be a throw for Arsenal. Heavy pressure by the Gunners. Mikel Arteta giving Piero Hincapié the high five for that defensive pressure. Throw in to Declan Rice. Gabriel. Declan Rice. Zubamendi. Gabriel. All the way back to David Raya. David Raya hasn't had much to do as... Oh! I was just about to say that. And João Pedro almost intercepts that back pass. Oh, what was Martin Zubamendi thinking? Good awareness by David Raya to get rid of that, because that was going to be 1-1. Now Chelsea would throw in Chabala. Sar. Chabala. Reece James. Chabala. Sar. Roberto Sanchez. Ooh, that was almost a bad pass. Reece James. Met by Trossard. To Cole Palmer. Good sliding tackle by Saliba. And good work by Hincapié. Now Gyökeres is in possession for Arsenal. The pass to Eze. Not strong enough. Picked up by Andre Santos. Now Reece James. Joel Hato. With Saka behind him. Now Joao Pedro on the left wing. To Enzo Fernandez. Andre Santos. Reece James now in the middle of the park. Joao Pedro, but it's picked up by Arsenal. Trossard. Arsenal might have a chance here. Trossard. In the penalty box. To Eze. But picked off by Caicedo. Caicedo doing great defensive midfield work. For Chelsea has already stopped a couple of opportunities for shots by Arsenal. Now Pedro Neto. Chabala. Sar. Joel Hato. Back to Sar. Moises Caicedo. Reece James. Roberto Sanchez. Now with the long pass. Now Chelsea back in possession. And Cole Palmer is down. Looks like he's got an injury. Don't know what the injury is right now, but he's down on the ground, and there's the Chelsea medical staff. That is the one issue with Cole Palmer. For all the talent that he has had a lot of injury issues. It didn't look like anybody touched him. But he goes down near the center circle. Looks like a non-contact injury. The trainer's looking at his right leg. It looks like Cole Palmer might be substituted. There's a look at Alejandro Garnacho, the former Manchester United player. He's warming up. There's a look at the goal. Off the left arm of Sar. And Arsenal lead 1-0. Okay, Cole Palmer stretching out. So for the time being, Chelsea are going to have just 10 men. Bukayo Saka holding off two Chelsea players to Zubamendi, Declan Rice, to Gabriel. Cole Palmer back on the pitch. Trossard, and guess who gets it? Cole Palmer. Nice work by João Pedro to Cole Palmer, but he's met by Declan Rice. João Pedro regains possession, met by Zubamendi. So far, João Pedro, the talented striker, has been blanketed by Saliba and by Gabriel in this first half. Luis James, Pedro Neto. Neto against Hincapié on the right side into the penalty area. Cole Palmer met by Declan Rice, and Cole Palmer limping. Trossard. Oh, Trossard a little careless there with the dribbling. Trying to beat out four players there. And Declan Rice clears it. Clears it to Gyökeres, and Gyökeres wins that battle against Chabla. Gyökeres with a shot. Deflected. Eze. Saka. Timber. Oh, that was too much dribbling by Julian Timber. And Roberto Sanchez recovers for Chelsea. That could have been a chance to go up 2-0. Saka probably should have shot that. All right, looks like Cole Palmer's good to go. Andre Santos. Back to Sarr. Caicedo. Chabla. Neto against Hincapié on the right touchline. Neto double teamed. Luis James. Cole Palmer. João Pedro. Good defending by Gabriel. Enzo Fernandez. Hato. Enzo Fernandez. Back to Caicedo. Caicedo in between the two center backs in support. Back to Caicedo. Chabala. Pedro Neto. Dispossessed by Piero Hincapié. Now Arsenal with a chance. Hincapié to Trossard. Oh, nice pass. Hincapié, low cross. Off of Moises Caicedo. That's going to be a corner for Arsenal. All right, can Arsenal make it 2-0 here before we hit halftime? As we near the end of the first half. This will be Arsenal's third corner this half. Okay, you can see the ball's not on the line like it's supposed to be. A little bit of an advantage there. Declan Rice on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. There's the corner, short corner, cleared by Cole Palmer. That's going to be a throw-in for Arsenal. Now, Hincapié. Okay, looks like a foul. Oh, ooh, a little shoving there between Caicedo. Strong shove on Piero Hincapié. The ref having a word with both players. The ref saying cut the nonsense. Things starting to get a little bit chippy here between Arsenal and Chelsea. All right, Roberto Sanchez with the free kick. Zubamendi wins that duel. Enzo Fernandez. Ooh, that was a strong tackle, but solid. All right, Hincapié sends it out of bounds. Throwing for Chelsea. Reece James. Caicedo holds off Declan Rice and sends it all the way back to Roberto Sanchez. Sanchez to Cole Palmer. Great pass. Palmer against Saliba. Now Joel Hato met by Julian Timber. Enzo Fernandez. Oh, Joao Pedro slips. Arsenal in possession. But that long pass. Great work by Moises Caicedo. Now Chelsea in possession. Cole Palmer on the left wing. Oh, that pass was too strong. And that'll be a goal kick for Arsenal. That pass was meant for Declan Rice, but great anticipation by Moises Caicedo. That was absolutely outstanding. World-class defending on that one. With that being said, Arsenal still have the 1-0 lead, so they'll be happy going into the dressing room. And if this result holds, they'll have reestablish a 5-point lead over Manchester City. Joao Hato tries to clear, but he goes out to Julian Timber, to Zubamendi, to Gabriel. Saliba. Saliba tries the long pass. Arsenal with heavy pressure, but Chelsea win that duel. Now, a long pass to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer met by William Saliba. Cole Palmer just outside of the penalty area. Santos, but easily dispossessed by Bukayo Saka. Saka sends a long pass out to Gyökeres. Gyökeres met by Chalobah. Oh, good defending by. That's a trip, but no penalty call. And Chalobah has something to say to Gyökeres. Now Pedro Neto. Enzo Fernandez. Joel Hato. To Neto. Neto tries a shot blocked by Piero Hincapié, and that'll be a corner for Chelsea. But fantastic defending by Chalobah. He did make contact with Gyökeres. But no penalty called. So that'll be a corner for Chelsea. Reece James on the top right corner of your screen takes the penalty as we're near the end of the first half. Could we have an equalizer before halftime? Oh, over the bar. Looks like it's going to be another corner for Chelsea. David Raya. Looks like he got stepped on by Sarr as he makes the save. That ball was going in the back of the net. But he did get stepped on. Clearly stepped on. He gets up. Pedro Neto helps him get up. Now, Declan Rice and Enzo Fernandez having some words. Declan Rice had a seatbelt grip on Joel Hato. Nothing called. So here's another corner for Chelsea as we're near the end of the first half. It'll be 3 minutes of stoppage time. Now the referee having a word with Sarr and with Martin Subamendi. It looked like it might have hit Declan Rice's elbow, but nothing called. Here's another corner. And it's tied! And Chelsea ties it near the end of the first half. Reece James, the captain for Chelsea, with the score. Frustration on the face of Piero Hincapié. Crazy celebrations by the Chelsea fans. And it's 1-1. And Manchester City is loving this. And it looks like on the corner, looks like it. Oh, it hit Piero Hincapié. Piero Hincapié tried to clear it. Bounces off his head. Yep, clearly hit Piero Hincapié's head. That should probably count as an own goal as opposed to Reece James getting credited for that goal. But nevertheless, it is 1-1. And now Chelsea, we're going to have all the momentum going into halftime. And that is credited as an own goal by Piero Hincapié. And that'll be a throw in for Arsenal. So probably be the last couple of moments of the first half. Okay, cleared by Chelsea. Hincapié. Back to David Raya. David Raya with a long kick. To Gabriel. Cleared by Chelsea. Trossard. Eze. Declan Rice. Declan Rice. And that's to foul. And that'll be a free kick for Chelsea. Mikel Arteta does not understand the call. Okay, the halftime whistle should be getting ready to blow any second. Roberto Sanchez will take the free kick. Trossard fouled by Pedro Neto. And that's halftime. With the score tied at 1. William Saliba with a goal in the 21st minute. Piero Hincapié with an own goal. Just before halftime. And as we go into halftime, let's take a look at the standings. And if things stay the way they are, Arsenal will only have a 3-point lead against Manchester City, even though Manchester City will have a match in hand. So Arsenal need to win this in order to go up 5 points. All right, that's the end of the first half, and I will return with the second half here on the Operation Smooth podcast. All right, I am back on the Operation Smooth podcast. Hope you took a nice long look at that sweater. Geez, they're terrible, man. It just doesn't seem to get any better as far as those New York Jets. But let's talk about this matchup between Arsenal and Chelsea. But before we do, let's take a look at the lineups for both teams. Just a second here. Okay, hold that thought. The second half should start here in any second now. Let's see. All right, here's a look at the lineups. I'm gonna give you my own little personal analysis. Incapié. He was playing all right up until he gave up that own goal. Other than that, the back line of Arsenal, Gabriel, Saliba, and Julian Timber, they've been fantastic. They've set the tone. Right now, Ebericha Eze, nothing near the quality of match that he had against Tottenham last time out. Same thing with Gyökeres. I would say that Saka's been solid. Trossard, he's been average. So has Subamendi. Declan Rice has been good. David Raya, honestly, not a whole lot to do up until he gave up that goal, which really wasn't his fault. For Chelsea, I think Roberto Sanchez has been sloppy. I think the back line has held up pretty good, other than Sarr, with the goal that was deflected off of his arm. Reece James, tremendous as always. I think for Chelsea, the man of the match in this first half has been Caicedo. He's made some really crucial blocks and some really crucial dispossessions. Cole Palmer looks like he's hurting. He's trying to play through the injury. Joao Pedro, he's pretty much not been there at all. And Neto, he's been okay. Fulham beat Tottenham Hotspur. Brighton beat Nottingham Forest. Manchester United beat Crystal Palace. All those scores were by 2-1. The home team won all three matchups. So with those two losses, there might still be hope for West Ham United. Let's take a look at the live standings and see if that's the case. Again, if this result holds, Arsenal will go up 3 points on Manchester City. Ideally, they want to win this game so they can go up 5 points. I did mention the situation at the bottom of the standings with possibility of relegation. So let's take a look at the relegation table. Relegation standings, I should say. And with Nottingham Forest losing to Brighton, and with Tottenham losing to Fulham, Fulham go to 9th, Brighton go up to 11th, but now West Ham United, they've got a chance. They've got 10 games in which to get out of the relegation zone. And wouldn't it be interesting if that were to happen for Nuno Espirito Santo? I'm sure he really wants to get revenge on Nottingham Forest for firing him last season. But of course, Tottenham Hotspur fired him a couple of seasons ago. That was not a very long spell for him at Tottenham. So Nuno Espirito Santo, let's keep it a buck. A part of him, he's out. He's out for blood. He's out for revenge. He's out for redemption. And I'm sure he would be thrilled to have Nottingham Forest go down to the championship. All right. The second half is about to begin. As Arsenal come out of the locker room, looks like there's been no substitutions by either side here on the Operation Smooth podcast. For the second half, Chelsea, the visiting team, they will be attacking from right to left on the screen. Arsenal, the home team, in the red, they will be attacking from left to right. One last huddle by Arsenal before the second half. They are really feeling the pressure right now. They definitely need to win this match. They'll still be top of the league regardless, but they do want to keep the pressure on Man City. So instead of a 2-point lead, Arsenal want to have a 5-point lead. And the second half is about to get underway. Cole Palmer. Back to Roberto Sanchez. That's out. Okay, Leandro Trossard. Right. Joel Hato. Oh, sliding tackle by Subamendi. Looks like that's a throw-in for Arsenal. It is. Second half underway. Gabriel to Saliba. Saliba to Gabriel. Back to Saliba. Now Chelsea starting off the second half, pressuring Arsenal. David Raya with the long kick. Joel Hato beats out Bukayo Saka to Sarr. But that pass is too long. Gabriel. Subamendi. Back to Gabriel. Back to Raya. Raya. Long kick. Gyökeres. But held off by Chelsea. Back to Chalobah. Reece James. Long kick. Tries to get out to Enzo Fernandez, but kick is too long. Gabriel. Trossard. Now in the middle of the park. As a taken down by Caicedo, but that's a foul. Free kick. In the center circle. So that'll be a free kick for Arsenal. Zubamendi tries to send it to Jurriën Timber. Too long. And that'll be a goal kick for Chelsea. Sarr. Roberto Sanchez. Back to Sarr. Joel Hato. Back to Sarr. Near the bottom right-hand corner. Long kick. But Arsenal get possession. Saka. Saka fouled by Hato. And that'll be a free kick for the Gunners. The free kick is going to be well outside of the penalty area. Again, Arsenal attacking from left to right on the screen, wearing the home red. Chelsea in the all blue. Free kick to Saka. Saka on the right wing on the bottom of the screen to Eze. Oh, he tries to thread that pass to Saka unsuccessfully. Now it's back out to Eze. Saliba. Eze. To Saka. Saka cutting inside. Gets past Jarrell Hato. Saka with a shot. No, but Sanchez clears it. Timber down. Look like he took a shot on his hip. He's down in the penalty box. The ball bounced off of Gyökeres. And as Sanchez was trying to make a clearance, he collided with Jurriën Timber. Actually, there was no collision. Jurriën Timber on the landing hurt his right hip, but he is back up. That'll be a goal kick for Chelsea. Sanchez. Long kick. Piero Hincapié. Trossard. Stolen by Reece James now. Joao Pedro. Enzo Fernandez. Saved by Raya. And that'll be a corner for Chelsea. And Enzo Fernandez down on the ground. Looks like he's got a cramp. No hesitation on that shot by Enzo. Nice right foot shot. Good save by David Raya. And it'll be Chelsea's fourth corner of this matchup. The first one of the second half. Reece James will take the corner. He'll be taking it from the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. There's the corner. Punched out by David Raya. And that'll be another corner for Chelsea, but Joao Pedro is down. Looks like he took a shot to the back of the head. Okay, he got punched there by David Raya, but it was nothing malicious. It was just David Raya trying to clear it. William Saliba had his arms wrapped around Joao Pedro, nothing called. So it'll be another corner for Chelsea. Saliba on Joao Pedro. Again, Reece James from the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. There's the... Oh, that was going to go in, but saved by David Raya. Now Arsenal looking to counter. Oh, and the referee says to start over. Oh, Arsenal fans not happy. Declan Rice. From my vantage point, it looked like Chelsea were going to score, but good save by Raya off the corner. Trossard. Oh, nice pass to Jurriën Timber. Jurriën Timber cutting inside around Cole Palmer. Back to Trossard. Oh, that long pass to Timber. Unsuccessful. Goal kick for Chelsea. Oh, Joao Pedro had a chance to put Chelsea up 2-1. Now Sanchez. Chabla, excuse me. Pedro Neto. But there's Saliba. Sends it out. Throw in for Chelsea. Sanchez. Sarr. Jorel Hato. Heavy pressure by Arsenal. Oh, Arsenal in possession. Gyökeres in the penalty box. Zubamendi. Trossard. Dealt with by Reece James, and that's out. That's going to go all the way out to João Pedro. And that's a foul on João Pedro by William Saliba. I think that's the right call. Trossard was getting ready to shoot. Trossard too small to deal with Reece James. And yeah, that was the right call. The foul by William Saliba. Now, Gabriel Martinelli looks like he's going to go in, and he's going to go in for Leandro Trossard. So that will be the first substitution of the match. Leandro Trossard really did not have that great of a match, to be honest. Let's see if the Brazilian, Gabriel Martinelli, can come in and make a difference. Number 11. Goes on for Arsenal. Let's take a quick look. Again, Gabriel Trossard is out. Number 19 for Arsenal, and number 11, Gabriel Martinelli on the left wing, comes in for Trossard. Now Chelsea on the attack. Pedro Neto hugging the touchline on the top of the screen against Hincapié and Martinelli. Reece James, what a cross. Cole Palmer just missed. Cole Palmer just missed with the left foot. Let's see. It was headed by João Pedro. Oh, Cole Palmer just missed with the left foot. That was almost 2-1 Chelsea. Now Arsenal regroup with Gabriel. Gyökeres. Oh, bad pass to Reece James. João Pedro. Back to Reece James, to Caicedo. Andre Santos. Back to Caicedo. Caicedo again. Cole Palmer. He's dropping in deep. Reece James. Enzo Fernandez. Reece James. Caicedo. Andre Santos. Chabala. Reece James back to Chabala. Now Arsenal with the heavy pressure. Uh-oh. Roberto Sanchez. A little antsy there. But Chelsea regain possession. Chabala. Enzo Fernandez. Now João Pedro. He's got a lot of space to Jorel Hato. Hato off of Timber, and that'll be another corner for Chelsea. And right now, Chelsea have got all the momentum here in these first 10, 15 minutes of the second half. The Blues growing in confidence. This will be the sixth free kick for Chelsea in this game. So Reece James, the captain, he'll take the free kick from the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. There's the corner right to David Raya. Rolls it out to Martinelli. And the referee calls a foul. Okay, looks like he issued a yellow card to Cole Palmer for that interference there on Bukayo Saka, but that ended up stopping the play. and stopping the Arsenal counterattack. So that actually ended up being a smart play by Cole Palmer. Arsenal could have had numbers on the counterattack. So that's the first yellow card so far this game. And there, Mikel Arteta protesting to the fourth official on the touchline, basically saying that that's not the first time that's happened in this match. Back to the action. Victor Gyökeres met by Chabala. Martinelli met by Sarr. Now Chelsea in possession again. Pedro Neto, who's been quiet in this game. Against Declan Rice. He slips, but Joao Pedro's there. Pedro spins, but that shot, not very good. Goal kick for Arsenal. Saliba pushing forward. Bukayo Saka met by Hato on the touchline. Back to Julian Timber, to Declan Rice. Saliba, now Declan Rice. Basically right now acting like a third center back in support of the two center backs. Back to Declan Rice. Gabriel. Declan Rice. And now Julian Timber kind of cutting inside. And now back out to the natural right back position. Oh, Cole Palmer steals it off of William Saliba. Now Cole Palmer, but the Subamendi, great work. And that's going to be off of Declan Rice, and that'll be a corner for Chelsea. Lackadaisical work by William Saliba causes him to lose possession. And that'll be another corner for Chelsea. And again, the captain, Reece James, will take that corner from the lower left-hand corner of the screen. Chelsea attacking from right to left on your screen. 15 minutes into the second half with the score tied at 1. James with the corner. Off of Joao Pedro. Goal kick for Arsenal. Raya takes a quick one. But Chelsea regain possession. Now, Sanchez sends it out. Julian Timber. Saliba. No pressure by Chelsea right now. Saliba pushing forward into Chelsea's half of the pitch. Julian Timber. Back to Saliba. Back to Gabriel. Now Gabriel pushes forward. Declan Rice. Hincapié. Martinelli. Arsenal looking for answers. Now Declan Rice on the left side. On the top of the screen. Gabriel. Oh, good pass. Good long pass to Gyökeres, met by Reece James. But Gyökeres out-muscled by Reece James, and that's a foul. Reece James putting in a captain's performance for Chelsea this afternoon. Roberto Sanchez to Andre Santos. He slips but gets the pass off. Chabala. Joao Pedro to Neto. But he is met by Gabriel, who sends it out of bounds. Throw in for Chelsea. You can see the concern on the faces of the Arsenal faithful as the lead over Manchester City seems to dwindle unless Arsenal can get a win here. As a Jurian Timber fouled by Hato, clear foul by Jarrell Hato. And that'll be a yellow card. That'll be the second yellow card on Chelsea in this matchup. First, Cole Palmer, now Jarrell Hato. Clear foul on Jurian Timber. So Declan Rice will take the free kick. Ooh. Okay, that's off of a Chelsea player. Looks like that's off of Chabala. And that'll be a corner to Arsenal. Now it's a beautiful free kick by Declan Rice. Again, Arsenal scored their goal off of header earlier in this matchup. Declan Rice will take the corner kick off the top right-hand corner of your screen. It's a corner. And it's 2-1 Arsenal! Jurian Timber with the goal for Arsenal. And Roberto Sanchez, the Chelsea goalkeeper, is alleging a shove. He's alleging that there was some pushing going on in the penalty area. Chelsea's manager, Liam Risseñor, asking for VAR to take a look at it. But as of now, the score is going to be 2-1 Arsenal. Not a particular strong header by Jurian Timber, but it gets the job done. There's a look in contrast at the reaction of both managers. And Jurian Timber puts it in the back of the net. The home crowd at Emirates Stadium absolutely loving it. That's Jurian Timber's third goal this season. Looks like there will be no VAR check. From the replay, I didn't see any foul myself, but nothing called. So it's 2-1 Arsenal. Chabala. Saliba almost messes that one up. Timber. Now, Eze sends it out to Martinelli. Eze down. Eze fouled. So it'll be a free kick. Pedro Neto with the red card for that foul. The yellow card, excuse me, for that foul. Now long pass to Saka. Saka cutting inside. Met by Joao Pedro. Now Chelsea with a chance to counter. Pedro Neto. But Declan Rice is there. Oh, that was a terrible pass by Declan Rice. Tries to get it out to David Raya. Too strong, and that'll be a corner for Chelsea. So now Chelsea, they got hope. Great work there by Declan Rice, but the pass way too strong. Declan Rice made a big mistake against Tottenham last week that cost Arsenal early in the match when they went up 1-0. Corner taken by Chelsea. Cleared out by Arsenal. Martinelli with Pedro Neto. Martinelli with the pace. Pedro Neto tries a sliding tackle. Martinelli beats him out. Oh, no, no, no. Pedro Neto is gone. Pedro Neto just picked up his second yellow. And Chelsea are down to 10 men. Oh, the name of this match, the dynamics of this match have now completely turned around. Oh boy, yep, that was a clear foul. Oh, Martinelli having a big impact off the bench. And Pedro Neto is gone. That's the seventh red card in the Premier League by Chelsea. That's a new record for them, a dubious record. That I'm sure they're not going to be too proud of. And now the Chelsea players obviously very upset. With the referee. But number 7. Pedro Neto. He is gone. After picking up a second yellow. Now he's still arguing with the ref. So Chelsea down to 10 men. That can only bode good for Arsenal at this time. Martinelli. Has a Timber. It's a foul. It's offsides. All right, so as you can see on the screen here, Pedro Neto gone. Right here with the 2 yellow cards. And now the Arsenal faithful all smiles. Chelsea obviously are going to have a tough time trying to equalize. Arsenal already a great team when you're playing with all 11. Now you're down 1 man. And now Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres in the penalty area, but Chabala is there. Now Chelsea are going to try to counter. Cole Palmer. Picked off. Gyökeres, Saka taken down in the penalty area by Hato. Nothing called. Right call. Now Caicedo. Andre Santos to Joao Pedro. But look at the numbers on defense for Arsenal. Pretty much everybody's back on defense. So now Chelsea are going to have to regroup again. Chelsea down to 10 men. Now Piero Hincapié tries the low ball, but Chabala is there. Caicedo. Joao Pedro taken down. And now Gabriel. Okay, there's a substitution. Romeo Lavia comes on for Andre Santos. Malo Gusto comes on for Joral Hato. Now a double substitution for Arsenal as well. Declan Rice and Victor Gyökeres are going to come off. Kai Havertz and Norgard are going to come on for Arsenal. Chelsea down to 10 men. Chalaba. All right, couple of substitutions made by each squad. Saka to Kai. Oh, Kai Havertz almost got it. Almost made it 3-1. Okay, let's take a look here. Malo Gusto and Romeo Lavia have come on for Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli came on earlier for Leandro Trossard. Christian Norgard has come on for Declan Rice. Kai Havertz has come on for Victor Gyökeres. And for Chelsea, Malo Gusto has come on for Joral Hato. And Romeo Lavia has come on for Andre Santos. Again, Chelsea playing with 10 men due to the 2 yellow cards accumulated by Pedro Neto. And it's looking good for Arsenal right now. But there's still plenty of time. Romeo Lavia. Joao Pedro. Pedro. Cole Palmer. Pass too strong. Zubamendi. To Gabriel. To Kai Havertz. And that's a foul by Moises Caicedo on Kai Havertz. And now Caicedo. With the yellow card. A correction, that's Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, that was a strong challenge by Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo, an incredibly talented midfielder. But Enzo Fernandez is the one that gets the yellow card for protesting that decision. Now, Christian Norgard. Saliba back to Norgard to Julian Timber. Eze. Timber. Chelsea regain possession, but there's Kai Havertz. Havertz to Saka. Eze, lots of space. Left-footed shot saved by Sanchez. Zubamendi. Zubamendi tried to get a shot in, but nice left-footed shot. Now Arsenal again in possession. Saka to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, former Chelsea player who scored the only goal in the 2020 Champions League final against Manchester City. That was it was 2021. We were still in the COVID era at that point. That was Kai Havertz's biggest moment in a Chelsea uniform. Timber. Saliba. Piero Hincapié. Martinelli, what an impact he's had. Gets by Reece James. Martinelli, good job by Hato. Enzo Fernandez. Still in bounds. Martinelli to Hincapié. Near the top corner against Reece James. Martinelli. Battling Caicedo. Caicedo wins that battle. Now Reece James. Enzo Fernandez. Caicedo. What a back heel to Enzo Fernandez. Beautiful stuff. Back to Reece James. But Arsenal regain possession. Martinelli, good work. It's going to be an uphill climb for Chelsea, a man down with less than 10 minutes left. Martinelli loses possession. Chalobah. Roberto Sanchez looking for help. Romeo Lavia. Chalobah. Reece James. Chalobah. Roberto Sanchez. Chalobah. Back to Roberto Sanchez. Enzo Fernandez. Joao Pedro tries to get it to Cole Palmer. But good defending by William Saliba. Now it's Eze. Zubamendi, Eze. Hincapié back to Eze. Zubamendi. Saliba. Timber. Bukayo Saka. Saka cutting inside. Fouled by Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer already playing with a yellow card. But doesn't look like that's too severe of a foul. And now two more substitutions by Chelsea. It looks like Alejandro Garnacho and Liam Delap are going to come on. Looks like Eze will take the free kick well outside of the penalty area. Can Arsenal get one more goal here and basically seal the match? Saka, good move on Lavia, off of Lavia. Fernandez catches it. But it looks like the referee is signaling for a corner. And it will be a corner kick for Arsenal. Ooh, that's close. That's a very close call. Did the ball go all the way over the line? But the referee says yes. So it'll be a corner kick for Arsenal. Saka will take it on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Arsenal looking to basically seal this game. There's a Reece James battling Gabriel in the penalty, right on the penalty spot. Short kick as a Saka. Oh, what a move! Burns Malo Gusto, but it goes right to Roberto Sanchez. And there's a double substitution. Enzo Fernandez comes off. Liam Delap will come on for Chelsea. Liam Delap has not done a whole lot for Chelsea since coming in from Ipswich Town. Cole Palmer comes off Alejandro Garnacho, the former Manchester United player. He's going to come on. Chelsea, they're not out of this yet, even down to 10 men. Incapia meets Delap. That pass, sloppy pass, and it's cleared by David Raya. That'll be a throw in for Chelsea. Joao Pedro to Caicedo to Lavia. Chalaba. Sar back to Chalaba. No sense of urgency right now by Chelsea. Good pass to Malo Gusto. Caicedo. Oh, that was a good left-footed shot. Just over the bar. Beautiful pass by Malo Gusto. Oh, a little sloppy there by Arsenal. Just missed the top corner. As we go into the last 5 minutes of this match and the possibility of stoppage time. Goal kick for Arsenal. Joao Pedro on the left side, met by Eze. Julian Timber. Martinelli battling Reece James. Reece James wins that battle. Caicedo. Lavia. Malo Gusto. Playing as the left back. All the way around to Chalaba. Reece James met by Incapie. Chalaba. Back to Sanchez. Caicedo. Sar. Caicedo to Sar. Sar pressure by Zubamendi. Chalaba. Good pass. Liam Delap. Reece James. Malo Gusto with the cross. Met by Gabriel. And that'll be a corner for Chelsea. Now things getting a little nervous for Arsenal here despite the man advantage. Corner taken, cleared out Looks like Incapia got the header. Caicedo. Pass is too strong. And that'll be a throw in for Arsenal. And there's another substitution. Be Chelsea's last. Okay, Sar comes off and Tosin Adebayaro, number 4. He's going to come on. That's probably going to be in case Chelsea get another corner. Tosin's height could play a factor. Okay, so let's take a look. That's all the substitutions that Chelsea's made. Malo Gusto, Romeo Lavia, Garnacho, Liam Diop, and Tosin Rabiot has come on. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Now, Gabriel Martinelli almost had it. Arsenal have made 3 subs. Martinelli, Norgard, and Kai Havertz. Now we're looking at 6 minutes of stoppage time. Liam Delap in the penalty area against Saliba. That's off of looked like a handball there by Liam Delap. All right, so we're down to the last 6 minutes of this match. So far, Arsenal 3 straight home wins in the Premier League versus Chelsea. Trying to make it 4 here this afternoon. Okay, Romeo Lavia to Malo Gusto to Garnacho. Garnacho with the cross. Woo! Almost. Joao Pedro just missed. And David Raya clears it out. That'll be a corner for Chelsea. Oh, we've got some late game drama. That was a short corner, and that cross was crosses out. Oh, that almost went in on that initial cross by Garnacho. But David Raya, Johnny on the spot. Oh, Liam Ruiseñor. Thought that this game was going to be tied. All right, so that's out. That'll be a goal kick for Arsenal. Arsenal have about 3 minutes left of stoppage time. Long goal kick. Tosin wins that one. Back to Saliba. Saliba. Back to David Raya. David Raya met by Garnacho. Long throw to Incapie. Incapie. To Gabriel. Saliba back to Gabriel. Gabriel with the long pass. Malo Gusto is there to Sanchez. Arsenal need to hang on for just about 2 minutes here. Chalaba, Caicedo, Sanchez, long kick, met by Arsenal, Zubimendi. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Reece James with the cross. Liam Delap, all blocked by Gabriel. That might have saved the game. Chalaba pushing forward to Reece James. Lavia. Malagusto to Lavia. To Caicedo. Oh, Joao Pedro saved! Oh, clear offside! But wait, it's offside. It's offsides. Offside by Chelsea. Oh. Oh, Manchester City fans were about to go insane. Clearly offsides. Tosin with the header. The double save by Raya goes to Liam Delap, but it's offsides. Arsenal just hoping for the referee to blow the whistle here. Long header. Norgard. Tosin. Off of Tosin. Throwing for Arsenal. And it looks like Arsenal will hang on here. There's a look at Mikel Arteta. There's the throw in. And this one is over, and Arsenal hang on. 2-1 winners over Chelsea. And with that win, Arsenal Arsenal will go 5 points clear of Manchester City. Huge win by the Gunners over Chelsea. So before we get out of here, let's go with one last look. One last look at the table before we wrap things up. Arsenal with the win over Chelsea 2-1. They do have they play one more game, but they keep the pressure on Manchester City to keep up. Arsenal in first place with 64 points. Manchester City with 59. Manchester United 51. Aston Villa 51. Liverpool with 48. Chelsea had an opportunity to go to 5th place, but unfortunately it was not meant to be for them. And so the race for the Premier League title continues. Thank you to everybody that watched on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and on TikTok. This has been the Operation Smooth podcast, and